So no video today. I'm starting this video on a Saturday because it's the last 2 days of the month, and today was a good day. I did the Epigraph Literary Festival. Yeah, and it was so good. My session was at 11 o'clock. I did put it in the community section, so it probably was late by the time some people were able to see it. But I loved it. It was 1 hour and it was a really good experience, and there was so much I can talk about and discuss because you guys know how much I love journaling, and it was all focused more on creative journaling and ways to journal and how to have a routine. So I loved it. So I have been making anyway, so I've been making some journal, and also hoping to finish my sewing project by tomorrow. So today's video is not going to be out until Tuesday. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be out tomorrow. It depends. Don't think so, because I don't see me finishing all these projects up today. But I created 2 journals. One is a giveaway. So I have this one, which is more like a gothic theme, and I have to do the tag. So I'm gonna do a flip through of this, and then the next one is this one. So pretty. So ooh. All right. So here's the back and inside, and this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to be doing some stuff inside here, and it does have, I did put the bookmark in as well. And so this one I love, but it's not quite done. And then of course I got to put the pages inside. So this one, again, something different. You guys know a lot of none of them are exactly the same. They have something different for each of them, and the design is always different as well. I've never duplicated any of the covers, but the style is the same. This is my brown paper bag style. So the goal today is finish this, finish the tags, and then my sewing project. So let me show you what I've been working on. This is the dress. So let's move out a little. So you can see in here it's a little messy. It's a little messy in here. We're going to clean up when it's done. So this is the dress I'm working on. So I need to do the sleeve, which is a short sleeve. And then the neck. The neck was giving me problem. If it wasn't for the neck, this dress would have been done already. I started this dress last weekend, and then the neck put me in a chokehold. And I was like, I'm going to take a break because I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing wrong. But I love that I was able to use this African print in the center. And I felt like this needed to be out some more. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because I feel like it's too close together. So something like this. So I think I'm going to do a form of gathering here in the next section, or remove this top and do it this way to kind of open it. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to work it out, but that's going to be tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to focus on this today. I think this is all tomorrow project. And then hem the bottom, of course. The bottom needs to be hemmed. Not too much because it's already short. And this will be done. Love this. I just have to fix the neck, which is the only thing. And then when I bought this is supposed to be stretch denim. Ain't nothing stretching about this. There's absolutely no stretching. She made it seem like both. Oh, and then the back, I had gotten off a little here, And I don't want to pull it out. It's like a little flaw that I don't think it's a big deal, but it is what it is. But that is the goal for tomorrow, or maybe late tonight. Depends on if I finish the journal. The journal has to be done today because it's one of the giveaway for the a journal challenge, and so I want to finish it, and then come back to the stress. All right, so Cousin Bette, we are almost done. It is going to be finished by tomorrow. I don't see me finishing it tonight. Even though there's not a lot left, but you guys know the font is tiny. Look at this. It's tiny. So it looks small, but it's not a small book. This is a 500 something page book. I have read a lot this month. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 9 books. This will be number 10. So I did good this month, but it's a lot of romance I've been reading. That's the mood I was in, and I was just like, I'm going to read the romance. So that's where we at with this. But Cousin Bette, it is a story about, it's a lot. It's a messy. This is a soap opera. So we have Cousin Bette, and she's considered like the ugly duckling, the black sheep of the family, the one everybody think they have this, they're supposed to take care of her, that kind of deal. She's considered what is the proper word? Basically, an older woman for that time period that never got married. So an old maid or something like that. So she goes against everything. So if you say to her, what's the word? If you say to her, oh, this dress is pretty, she's gonna do something to the dress to make it not pretty, to other people. That kind of deal. She's a bit of a rebel, but she had a feeling for this artist, and her family went behind her back and got him involved with her cousin. Like, and they did it in a way that broke her heart, because that's the only guy she's ever looked at in a certain way. So her revenge was she was going to do some stuff and make them suffer. Then you have this married man who's obsessed with this young woman that's very young for him. And then this other man wants him. Well, it's like 3 men want this one woman. And what I liked about this woman, though, she knows. She knows her worth. She knows that these men want her, that kind of deal. And she don't care. She don't, in a way, it's a little weird, but in another way, it's like, girl, get what you can get, kind of. That's how I felt. So this is really like a trashy, very trashy classic. That's the best way to put it. But don't hate it, but this is not a favorite classic for me. It's one of those classics I'm like, I read it, but I'm not like jumping up my skin about it yet. I don't know how it's end. The end might change my mind, but there's a bunch of bitches up in here. That's where you put it. This is that, like, I don't think I like any of the women in this book. Like, I'm just like, oh, y'all all trifling women. So that's why I take it. All of them. So it is that kind of scandalous classic, very soap opera, but it's entertaining. So we'll see how it's gonna end. Yeah, I picked this for me, remember that. Alright guys, just jumping in real quick. So I didn't have that much pages really, even though the font are tiny on this book. But it got so good that I powered through it, and I'm glad I did. What I also did was I was struggling with some of it in terms of my eyesight, that I also have this on my Kindle, which helped power through the ending of this, because the font on this is too small. I would not recommend this edition at all, but I'm glad that they do have it in Kindle form, so that helped a lot. So if I see this book in a physical form, the Penguin edition, that's what I'm gonna go with, because it would be way better. This is a 500 something page, so it's still not as long compared to some of the classics I read, but you know. But I have my notes that I'm gonna be writing, because I literally have to sit down and process this book, because there are some things in this book that was like, and there's some things that I'm like, oh my God, this book is just a drama, pure drama, soap opera, messy, 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 but entertaining. That's all I'm gonna give you. So this is the journal for a journal mood, for the giveaway that for the spring, and I haven't picked the winner yet, but this is a video they can look back on if they want to see what it looks like. But this is the tag, of course. I always do a tag in the back, and they can add anything they want. I usually use my tag for the word of the day. So as you can see, we have a chain closure, and I added an additional length to it just in case it gets very bulky when they're using it. They can always remove this and extend it for more space. And then of course the key ring here, and there is a key ring as well here. Beautiful key. Of course, there is edge protectors. For this case, it's more of a decoration. I love this lace that I was able to get a roll of. It is absolutely stunning. And I also put the lace on the inside part as well. In here, we have a pocket here that stuff can go in. And we have some butterflies on this side with a little bit distressed blue, and this is what it's started with. So this is packed enough where I feel like if somebody is a journal every day, they can definitely do an entire month every day in here. But it is a lot you can do in here. I did a pocket and did a collage. This is something I've never done this style before. Absolutely love it. Definitely would do it again. It came out real nice. I always try to do something different. And then of course there's a tag, and they can write on the back of the tag. This is a writing journal, so there will be a lot of blank pages for the person to write in. Some of the papers are very thick that you can use any ink, but some are not. I ran out of some of the papers that I typically like to use. So this one's a little thinner, but of course this is thick, so they can use any pen. So it's a blend of thick paper and not so thick paper. So I'm going to speed through some of this, so you can just watch. So let's look at a different one that is just that I'm working on, and I will be doing small spreads on this. So this is, of course, a tag. I love to make tag. This is a black and white and gold theme. And this one is made from an envelope. So in here, we also have another tag, pocket. I also use some safety pin on this one. Again, the dark theme. So I was like, yeah. I made also a booklet in the front of this one, but it has space you can write. It's a booklet, so you can write here in the middle. And this one I didn't sew, I stapled. And it has a nice size pocket that you can fit a lot of things in. Section of a pocket. So these are the two that I worked on this week, and can't wait to select the winner for this one, and hope they enjoy using it. Hey guys, so I am wearing, this is the dress that I made not too long ago. So just decided to pop it on for this video. But anyway, the dress, it is finished. I figured how to wear it. I was looking at the the pattern. They do have it bend a little. However, this should have been in some more, like here should have been cut a little deeper. I was so concerned that I was going to have a lot of chest out, so I didn't do that. So it's always a catch-22 with me. I'm either having too much chest out or not enough. And this one, I think I just did it a little bit too close. But I'm okay with it. I do like the African print that I use. It just gives it a little something extra. The sleeves were perfect length. I have a video, pop it in so you can see what it looked like on me. And I got lucky, guys, because had something gone terribly wrong, I would have had to stop my project because the thread is done. It's like done. It's done. So I was a little bit like, yeah. Everything happened for a reason, because even the bobbin don't have nothing really left on there. So I'm okay with it. I think the only qualms, is like I wish I had cut this differently. But other than that, I still like it. It is a learned lesson. The people did lie to me because they told me when I bought this, I didn't even test it out. My fault. But I thought it was going to be stretch denim. It is not. I'm hoping the other one that I bought was stretch. Because this fit just fits. There's not a lot of wiggle room in this. But then again, I'm hoping to change that. The back wasn't perfect like I wanted to. I went out of line here. But again, I didn't want to take it apart. Again, not enough thread. That's the only part in the back that was like, wow. It's not that obvious, but for me, if I'm looking close, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just nitpicking. Other than that, it's It's a good one. So I finished for this month my mom's jacket, this that top that didn't fit well, and I don't remember what else I made this month. I believe I made 4 projects. Oh, my Easter dress. So I did make 4 projects this month. And one was a fail because one didn't fit well. I love it, but it's a little tight. Other than that, I did good. So I did good this month. Alright, let's chat about this book. So I'm going to bring y'all in a little. Alright guys, let's talk about Cousin Bette. Now, this author managed to take Honoré de Balzac, French author, managed to take this classic where it's a book about revenge and twist it into like a religious lesson of forgiveness. But before we get there, let me give you the gist of this. This is about this odd family member, Cousin Bette, who has this feeling of not being wanted, or just her family she just always felt misfit. And there's this particular artist who made her feel good, so she had a kind of attachment to it, whether or not, if you think of the age difference between them and stuff, because she's considered an old maid because she's never been married. They try to hook her up with men that she was not interested in, so she never got married. Now, they knew how she felt about this artist, and they went behind her back and hooked up her family member with this man to marry. So she is pissed and she's out for blood. And how she goes by doing it is, when you think of the story as you're reading it, these are flawed men. And she was clever enough to know how she can ruin them. And in a sense, set them in the poorhouse, make them suffer in that essence. So reading the story, you are looking at her more of the villain. But you sort of cheered for her, but then that's also as the story goes, you realize she's really not a villain. This is one of those books where women in this book, because a man wrote it, are painted in such a negative way that you really don't get to really see the villain or really the man in the story. These men are what you would call no morale, cheater, treat their wife and their women like trash, pretty much. You have now her cousin, husband. You have this woman who is in that marriage of convenience, because if you think of that period of time, a lot of them didn't marry for love. It was, you need a husband to take care of you, that kind of deal. But this man is willing to go to the the poorhouse, take all his family money for this young woman that basically seduced him. This woman now is clever. I'm not mad at her at all. Valley, I'm not mad at her, because she's able to get 3 men to like do whatever just to be with her. That's the kind of seduction that she has. And of course, Cousin Bette know that. So of course, she's using it to her advantage. So there's so much stuff going there. You find out how they squander their money. And again, the wife are left and feel the need to clean up the mess. I felt bad for one of the women in this, because even to the very bitter end, he was still trash to her. And I think it took that last breath of hers to realize that he never loved her. He never cared about her. And that's sadness in this book. And it makes me mad, because then religion became in the nook of it. That whole forgiveness. And the way it was used in the story, I just kind of felt like I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it was like these women are supposed to be so forgiving of their husband when their husband hit rock bottom, when their husband themselves are not good people who are, and you see it towards the end, the husband was not a good person, and yet still, to need to forgive. There's, even with the cousin Bette story, the woman is like, it's time to let go. She was like trying to make her like kind of repent in a way. And I was like, for what? So I had to scratch my head towards the end of this book because I really was in that, a little puzzled by some of the reasoning of religion becoming heavy in the story towards the end. Because these men did not deserve that kind of forgiveness because they didn't care. They did not care. It's not like these men were like reformed and, saw what they did and the hell they did. Especially that husband. That man was plotting to the very end. And there's another thing about this book that was just kind of gross, because the obsession with young women. We're talking a huge age gap, huge, like grandfather age gap in this story that was kind of like, ugh. But again, it's that time period, so I guess it was acceptable. But for me, I was kind of like, no. And then said woman also, that young girl, it kind of became like the rest of the women. They were just a bunch of buffoons in this. I just kind of was like, what? I think the only person that I actually liked in this was Cousin Bette, because she was that bitch. Valerie was that bitch too, but she kind of literally got burned. I was like, but I really liked her too, because any woman that's gonna get some man to ruin his entire family for her, you got some kind of power. She got something, because she had that power, but she was annoying at times, but she was that bitch. But the other women, there's another family member, and this is a woman telling her daughter, like her daughter realized her husband is a freaking cheat, and he's out there doing it, and she ready to go. She's like, I'm going back to my mama house. That's the end of that. Don't come find me. Just leave me alone. And I was like, you here for it. Here come her wretched father, and I'm sitting here like, I know her mama better not say nothing funny. I bet your husband is trash, and please don't tell your daughter to go back to another trash. It's like, I'm just thinking all of this, and I'm like, I was frustrated. With that said, guys, this is my little rant. I liked it. If you're into drama, like drama, this is for you. This is one of the most, if not the most messy classic I've ever read. I thought, what's that other book? Madame Bovary was gonna be like it, because that one was like juicy as hell. That don't got nothing on this. This is like straight up trash classic that I liked. I liked it. I liked the trash. I was here for it. I don't even know. I kind of feel like if you're not into that kind of messy, all the men cheating and squandering money and government manipulation, don't read this. Because the political parties are involved in how the money is laundering is going around. It's in here. But these men were trash, and these women were gullible, except for Valerie and Cousin Bette. Them the two real bitches in there. So I don't know, guys. All I know is y'all really recommending some good stuff, because I would have never picked this up ever in my wildest dream. Pick this book up. So Nana, thank you for some good entertainment. Thank you for stirring my emotion with some of the stuff in this. But this is a classic that I felt was way ahead of its time when you think of some of the things that was happening in this storyline. I think I didn't get a chance to really read up a lot about him, but I think he kind of, I would just imagine when this book come up, the controversy that probably surround this book because of the time period and what the storyline entails. So I just imagine he probably got real, some scholars were probably like, blasphemy. We're not reading this. Maybe that's why he put the religious thing in there, just to have some kind of morale, because these people ain't got none. So maybe that's why he threw the religion thing in there, to kind of like, you know, we're gonna ask for forgiveness. we're gonna do better. I don't know. All I know is the book is entertaining, and we're gonna end this here. There's a lot of videos this week. I have this one, and we're gonna record one more, and then there's gonna be another one on next Saturday. I am coming up with an idea of how to record ahead of time, and how to utilize my weekends and my free days to do videos that I want to do, because during the week I am still struggling on how to really work with my schedule and record and find time to edit, because that's another issue, not just to record, it's the edit time. So we're gonna work it out. Plus, I'm not big on doing too much night recording, because I hate to have to pull out all the lights, because in here it's dark. And it's you know, I prefer natural light. So that's another reason too, that I'm like, okay, when am I going to really record? Because the most time I have is either early in the morning or in the night. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you read this, let me know. I am looking forward to see what else is coming out that jar, because this is book number 4, and a very memorable book for sure. But you know, this edition was a no for me. But I can't wait to find the Penguin Random House revision edition of this book. If I find that book, I'm definitely gonna buy it. And yeah, so guys, see you in the next one. Bye.